Welcome back. Many produce stands are opening for the season at farms around southern Colorado, and as they do, there's a new tool to help connect consumers to the farming and ranching families who produce our food.
News 5's Andy Cohen joining us in studio now with an in-depth look at where our food comes from and the importance of buying local. Andy.
Yeah, Allison and Diane, as our state becomes more urbanized, there is a growing disconnect between consumers and the farmers and ranchers who produce the food that we eat. And so the Palmer Land Conservancy created this local food guide to help bring shoppers closer to the land and the families who work it.
The farm stand at Colin Orchards in Canyon City is now open for the season.
My great-grandfather and my grandfather, they started this, and they used to just do apples.
4 generations have worked these fields, growing apples and, more recently, alfalfa, squash, and pumpkins.
Then my father and my mother, when they took it over, they expanded it and started bringing Palisade peaches and Rocky Ford cantaloupe and all kinds of good stuff to this location.
She says farming is becoming an endangered occupation.
It's a dying breed because farming is hard.
A few years ago, unseasonably hot temperatures in November suddenly plunged, devastating the orchard.
We lost like 85% of our trees. So ouch. So farming is definitely hard.
Britt Cullen had to get creative. The farm now operates a corn maze in the fall, offering customers hay rides and a chance to pick their own apples.
And so it regenerated the farm. Agritourism is a big thing.
Shopping local not only helps family farms like Colin Orchards, it also supports the local economy.
We're keeping the money here in our local communities when we're buying local. We're not sending it off to other parts of the country or across the world.
The Palmer Land Conservancy created this local food guide to strengthen the ties between consumer and producer.
And it came out of a real need, a disconnect between community members and where our food comes from.
The guide is more than a simple directory. It also teaches the history of agriculture in the region.
There's a seasonal guide to help you get an idea of which vegetables are in season right now. There are recipes in there. There are producer highlights that kind of dive into some of the specific family histories.
Like Music Meadows Ranch near Westcliff.
Much like Dolly Parton's song, I was country when country wasn't cool. I was grass-fed when grass-fed wasn't cool.
The beef from every cow in this pasture already has a customer waiting. Instead of going off to a feedlot, these cows get fat, eating a variety of 60 different grasses, forbs, and legumes.
We have a very niche business providing ranch-to-table beef. So we sell direct to consumer.
Her managed grazing program has been recognized by conservation groups because it not only sustains the land, but improves it.
It fertilizes in a more uniform way. The hoof action is important because it creates divots in the ground, which helps keep the runoff from running off. They are competing. When you put a bigger group together for a short time, they're competing.
And like the Cullen family, she too found creative uses for the ranch to support her family. Guests can now book a week's vacation in the ranch home and get a hands-on lesson in raising cattle.
We're actually in the Dude Ranchers Association now. We're kind of like all grown up and joined the Dude Ranchers Association. We're probably the tiniest dude ranch of all.
Building a stronger bond with the public and a greater appreciation for the families who keep us fed.
We work hard so we can all eat.